Coming up next, the latest on the traffic impacts from a collapse along a Center County road. Plus, how the deadly college shooting in Virginia has other universities, including Penn State, again focusing on security. And a longtime Pennsylvania tradition is changing. Why are less people hunting deer? The Center County Report starts now. Good afternoon. I'm Dale Ostrander.
And I'm Andrea Snody. Thanks for joining us for the Center County Report. Our top story. Thousands of people are traveling this weekend as they head into Thanksgiving holiday week. In fact, AAA expects travel to reach 98% of pre-pandemic levels. Reporter Marissa Yakinchik is live at University Park Airport, which will be busy over the next few days. Marissa?
54.6 million people are expected to travel this holiday season. This is projected to be the third busiest Thanksgiving since AAA started tracking travel volume back in 2000. In October, inflation did cool a little bit to 7.7%, but Americans are still feeling pretty bad about the economy. But this does not seem to be having an effect on the demand for travel.
As the country faces the highest inflation in 40 years, airlines are no exception. This holiday season, people still looking to book flights home will be in for a rude awakening.
I could not get a decently priced flight out of State College, so I'm going home with a friend to New Jersey, staying with her for a few days, and then I'm leaving on Sunday morning.
Bella McKinney is from Newport Beach, California. The Penn State senior says since the pandemic, finding reasonably priced flights to LAX has been challenging.
This Thanksgiving they were high, and also I just booked my flight home for Christmas break, and it was also really high. I think I waited a little bit too long to book that. For a 4-day quick trip home, I'm leaving Sunday and I'm coming back Friday. It was $500 round trip, and my flight home in December was also one way, and it was like $400.
So just for reference, a flight from the State College Airport to LAX tomorrow would be $1,434, and that's the cheapest flight. The most expensive would be $2,579.
High airline prices have kept McKinney from her loved ones back home.
It's also prevented my parents from easily coming to visit me. Flying into a small airport like the State College Airport just makes things even more expensive.
Unfortunately, if you're thinking of driving, it's not looking much better in terms of spending. The current price of gas in Pennsylvania is $4.06 on average per gallon. I'm Marissa Yakinchik at the airport. Now back to you.
Thanks, Marissa. Traveling through Bellefonte is still an issue today after a wall collapse. Michael DeBaton has an update.
That partial collapse of a wall in Bellefonte is having an impact on the estimated 18,000 vehicles that travel the road every day. The location on South Water between Mill and West High Streets is now down to one lane. And Bellefonte resident Richard Haynes says that's caused a traffic nightmare.
That's very important to the area. All the traffic that flows from Milesburg to State College, a lot of it comes through here. I probably personally travel over 3 or 4 times a day or more.
PennDOT has been on the scene working with the local officials to try to alleviate the issues. PennDOT's Damon Wagner says recent heavy rain has a lot to do with the collapse.
A lot of times it's erosion. In this case, it was high water from the creek that essentially got to undermine, create a lot of erosion below our wall and behind our wall, which once that material was taken out, the stone, the aggregate, collapsed, causing the void.
Behind me is Veterans Bridge where the collapse occurred. Locals say it causes a lot of issues that go blind to the naked eye.
PennDOT is working with our police department. I believe that our police chief has been in contact with them about providing them what would be the best detours. The Borough Public Works Department is putting up some detour signs in addition to what PennDOT has done.
Don Holderman is the assistant borough manager for Bellefonte. He says teams are determining the short and long-term fixes for the bridge. In Bellefonte, I'm Michael DeBaton for the Center County Report.
Although the wall partially collapsed, officials say there's no fear of major structural issues, but they are asking trucks to avoid the bridge while it's being fixed.
The suspect in the Virginia shooting that killed 3 UVA football players is being held without bail, and his next court appearance is set for early December. The attack stunned the Charlottesville area and now has other universities, including Penn State, reminding people about their own security plans.
This week's shooting at the University of Virginia has left that campus community in shock. Police say a UVA student opened fire on a bus returning from a field trip. 3 football players were killed. Classes have resumed at UVA, but tomorrow's football game has been canceled. We talked with UVA student journalist Tucker Myers, who also works with the football team.
Overall, there's no other words to put it besides it just sucks. And just knowing those guys aren't going to come back, and they just meant so much to the team, meant so much to the UVA community, and it's just like an awful situation all around.
Penn State University released a statement on the Virginia shooting expressing condolences and saying, "As we express our heartfelt support for the entire UVA community, so too should we remember to lean on one another here at Penn State." Unfortunately, Penn State is no stranger to these types of situations, including one that broke out here at the Hub Robertson Center lawn in late 1996. However, since then, Penn State has planned for the appropriate safety procedures. The university says it trains police officers regularly for potential active attacker situations, and it reminds students and others about the run, hide, fight response during an emergency. Run if you can, hide if you can't, and fight as a last resort.
The biggest piece of advice is to try to remain calm. Adrenaline is a great thing, and it's something that our bodies naturally produce, but we want to make sure that we keep that adrenaline in check. And to do that is to stay calm. That way our mind is clear and we're actually able to think through what our options are.
Other help includes counseling and psychological services for students, an employee assistance program for faculty, and a 24-hour crisis line. In University Park, I'm Joseph Callahan Jr. for the Center County Report.
Security training sessions can be requested on the Penn State University Police and Public Safety website.
Canyon Pizza, a staple for affordable pizza and wings in downtown State College, closed Tuesday after breaking more than a dozen health code violations. Between 13 and 15 violations were outlined during the annual inspection, with a majority of them in relation to cleanliness. It is unknown how long it will take for the establishment to correct the violations and if they will reopen.
Changes are coming next year when it comes to your federal taxes, and it's all because of inflation. Simone Skinner has a story.
As inflation skyrocketed this year, the IRS has announced new tax brackets for 2023, and that could mean big changes in how much you have to pay.
What that does is that increases the tax bracket to make the 10, 12, and 22% bracket a little bit bigger, so that in real dollars, the government is kind of about the same and the consumer is about the same after adjusting for inflation.
Tax brackets are the income groups that determine what percentage you pay to the IRS. They range from 10% of taxable income to 37%. Starting next year, the government is increasing the income threshold for each bracket, which will affect returns filed in 2024.
This year, our inflation rate is 8.7%, roughly, give or take. And so you'll see a modification of the 2023 tax brackets to reflect that increase of 8.7% in inflation.
To understand how these tax brackets would affect your taxable income, let's go over to this hypothetical between person A and person B. So for person A, they make $10,006 and person B makes $10,981. Person A in 2022 would only pay 10% of their income to taxes, while person B would pay 12%. However, due to the inflation and shifting the brackets in 2023 fiscal year, person A would still pay 10%, but person B, now with the maximum being $11,000, would only pay 10%, being 2% less from last year. Standard deductions will also increase. But many people like Jennifer O'Donnell say between high inflation and changing tax rules, it's a tough financial time.
Us for like lower incomes or like middle class incomes, a lot of us are going to be struggling through this.
Cassandra Dorfinville agrees.
I don't know where we're supposed to keep getting this money from, paying this money, but we're not even making enough to, pay ourselves and just have enough to support our own families. So
In State College, I'm Simone Skinner for the Center County Report.
The IRS makes these adjustments every year, but this year's high inflation means some of the changes are more noticeable than usual.
Next weekend, deer hunting rifle season opens in Pennsylvania. For many, it's been a family tradition for generations, but now it's changing with time. Since 2010, the amount of hunting licenses sold has dropped from more than 925,000 to a little less than 860,000, according to the Pennsylvania Games Commission, which means fewer hunters.
The cost of ammunition and guns and everything across the line has gone up. Yeah, it's definitely hurt the hunting season, and the economy's slow right now.
State Game Warden Dan Murray says that competition with other activities is the biggest problems for hunter retention these days. With hunting license sales declining over the past 10 years, the results can affect your everyday life as deer overpopulate and become more likely to hit you and your car.
So yes, thinning of the herd, strengthening the herds. So it's an ecological thing as well as being able to put meat on the table for those that are in need, and there are.
However, according to the Pennsylvania Game Commission, from 1982 to 1999, hunting license sales dropped from about 1.3 million to 1 million, but the amount of bucks harvested in that time period increased by about 75,000 while losing 300,000 hunters. The 2019-2020 hunting year was the highest harvest season in 15 years, with a little over 435,000 deer harvested. But even with those big numbers, the drop in license sold worry hunters and officials that they won't be able to keep the deer population under control.
These deer, they can overpopulate fast, right? So being able to lower that amount of deer in a certain area and be able to feed yourself and your families and the community around you, I think it's a plus on each side.
Murray sees a possible bright spot. A demographic who wouldn't hunt in the 80s are hunting now. Environmental conservationists who are concerned with overpopulation too. Rifle season begins the Saturday after Thanksgiving and runs through December 10th.
A $95 million renovation project gets the green light at Penn State. That story is coming up.
Plus, will this cold weather continue into the holiday week? We have the 7-day forecast coming up. Also coming up, we take a look at the first weather storm of the season, which left our area with up to 5 inches of snow.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? I'm high. Oh.
Stream the best of PBS on any device with the PBS Video app. All your favorite drama, history, science, news, and documentaries, all in one place. Watch your PBS station live or catch up on the shows you missed. Discover new favorites from PBS and locally produced shows from your station. Get the PBS Video app now and stream the best of PBS anytime, anywhere.
We care about things that affect the lives of every American.
We are there at the front line
to get to the heart of what really matters in every issue.
This country has not seen this in 80 years.
This extraordinary moment in American history.
You're making such a huge impact.
Trust is at the heart of what we do.
The final phase of Penn State's East Halls renovations project have been approved by the university's Board of Trustees. Hastings, Stone, and Snyder Halls are the final 3 residence halls left to be renovated. The project will cost $95 million, The university says the funding will come from self-supported borrowing and housing services reserves. The university started the renovations on the 60-year-old building back in 2016.
It's not even Thanksgiving yet, but it feels a lot like winter around Central PA. This week brought the season's first snowstorm. Reporter Serena DeVanzo takes a look.
After November's warm start, winter arrived in a hurry this week in Central PA with the first snowstorm of the season. 4 to 6 inches of snow fell across Center County, including here in State College and on Penn State's campus. Roads and sidewalks quickly became icy and slick, and that caused a tough commute and a lot of accidents. Those who didn't have to drive enjoyed the snow. Penn State students had snowball fights, did some sledding, and made snowmen. Even some of our furry friends got to enjoy the weather. Igor Lasanich and his friends enjoyed a scenic bike ride that night.
And it was quite an interesting experience because just riding around in the areas which had a bit less light, it was really beautiful because it was just clean snow, completely untouched, completely silent. It was really nice to see that and just to feel the tranquility along with the cold snow around you.
On the other hand, other students had a bit too much wintry fun. Some students created a giant snowball that they rolled into the hub through these doors right here. Though it was only here for a couple minutes as it was quickly brought back outside. The giant snowball quickly became a hit on social media. Although the snowy fun came to a quick end as it started melting on Wednesday, another shot of cold weather is here for the weekend. In University Park, I'm Serena DeVanzo for the Center County Report.
So what's on the way this weekend and into the holiday week? Let's check in with student meteorologist Dana Osgood.
It's going to be another chilly day out there today, folks, with temperatures only in the middle 30s at already around midday. And with increasing winds throughout the day, it's going to feel a lot colder than it actually is out there. And it's going to be relatively below average as well. It's a pattern we've been seeing over the past couple of days, and it's not going to stop. Temperatures in the middle 20s to upper 30s and low 40s, but we're not really going to see temperatures much higher than this as we go through the rest of the day. Peak heating is a little bit earlier. And if we expand this out, a lot of the country is really getting in on that chill. We got a bowling ball of chill in the upper Midwest, keeping temperatures in the teens at around this time, which is much below average for a lot of the country. It's going to be chilly, but that's not the main weather story we are seeing. The Northwest region and along the Erie Lakeshore is going to be experiencing lake effect snow. As the snow bands move across the lake, which is relatively warm at this point in the year, it causes pretty impressive snowfall amounts in that area. But here in Central PA, we're mainly going to be contending with snow squalls. Snow squalls are very dangerous because with gusty winds and a quick loss of visibility, they're very dangerous on the roads. So be sure to either delay your travel if one is warned, or to find a safe spot off of the road because there's no safe place on the road during a snow squall. Once these move through today, we do have some high pressure that begins to settle in, which is going to keep our skies mostly clear, though we'll still be below average. Just have some clouds to the west of the mountains where we could see some flurries heading into the weekend as well. The lakeshore is still going to contend with some of that lake effect snow, which is mainly going to affect the northern tier. So what are we going to see today? A high of only 36 means it's much below average. Mostly cloudy skies throughout the day, but again, keep an eye on those snow squalls, especially if you're going to be traveling ahead of the holiday weekend. And for tonight, you're going to want to bundle up as well, a low of 22 with decreasing clouds throughout the day, but we could still see a couple of snow flurries. And for the day tomorrow, we do have some more sunshine coming into the forecast, but again, well below average, a high only of 34, so it's going to feel pretty chilly out there. In our 7-day forecast, we really start off our weekend much below average. Could have a chance of those snow showers going through the end of the weekend, but then we have high pressure settle in and it really kind of gets a little bit more sunny. And then as we head into the work week next week ahead of Thanksgiving, temperatures are returning a bit closer to average. But at least for this weekend, you'll want to keep an eye on travel.
Well, hopefully we don't have to make too many changes to travel plans.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned to get home, but I'm excited for Penn State football this weekend. Evan, what do you got for us?
Thanks, guys. Coming up in sports, we have a preview of Penn State football's final road game of the season. Also on tap, 2 Penn State teams are competing in NCAA tournaments for a shot at a national title.
my skin. Think it's time I find my place here.
Fasten your seatbelt.
You're taking my breath away.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Amazing. Well, what are you waiting for?
You belong here. This is your home.
What is your sense now of the humanitarian situation?
This is making me emotional.
This experience I'm going to carry with me the rest of my life.
I'll always be so grateful for everything you did for me.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
I'm Evan Papalis with sports. Penn State football heads to Rutgers for tomorrow's game with a New Year's Six Bowl and a possible 10-win season on their minds.
Following back-to-back blowout wins over Maryland and Indiana, the Nittany Lions' next stop is New Jersey. After starting the season 3-0, Rutgers just has one win in its last 7 games.
Penn State has dominated Rutgers in the overall head-to-head series, as the Scarlet Knights have not defeated the Nittany Lions since 1988. Penn State is a whopping 13-0 in Piscataway, which bodes well for the Nittany Lions head coach James Franklin, who is searching for his 100th career victory as Penn State's coach on Saturday.
Franklin is still searching for bigger impacts from younger receivers.
I think, there's some guys that have shown some good things. Malik Mega has shown some good things. Trey Wallace has shown some good things. Liam has shown some good things. I don't know if there's one guy that's totally separated himself on a consistent basis. There's been guys that have done it at times, but not on a consistent basis.
But Penn State's defense has stepped up under first-year defensive coordinator Manny Diaz. Linebacker Jonathan Sutherland hopes to pass along some keys to success.
I would say just preparation. Preparation, having a routine, and really being dedicated to the process.
The Nittany Lions will be without Joey Porter Jr. again as he recovers from an appendicitis. Linebacker Curtis Jacobs practiced this week and could play. The Nittany Lions have racked up 13 sacks over the last 2 games.
Tomorrow's game kicks off at 3:30 p.m., and you can listen live on Penn State Com Radio with our team in Piscataway, New Jersey. This week is the second round of the PIAA High School Football Playoffs, including a few District 6 championships and state playoffs. Tonight, our After the Whistle game of the week features the undefeated State College Little Lions against the 10-2 McDowell Trojans in a state playoff matchup. You can catch the highlights from that game and more on our After the Whistle football show tonight at 11:30 p.m., streaming live on our YouTube channel. Now an update on a high school football player we introduced you to this fall, phenom running back Ethan Knox from Oil City in Venango County. He was on pace to rush for the most yards by any high school player in a season ever, but the Oil City Oilers lost in the first round of the playoffs. While Knox won't snag the all-time record, he finishes 23rd all-time and the most by any player in the span of just 10 games. The Penn State field hockey team is currently playing against a #1 North Carolina squad in the semifinals of the NCAA tournament. This is the first time the Nittany Lions have reached the semifinals of the Big Dance since 2007.
What a great season, what this team has accomplished to this date, and we're still playing. We're still not done. I'm so proud of this team. Tell them all the time, like they're just a group of women that really care for each other, love each other, and play for each other.
Now let's head to the pitch. Penn State women's soccer hopes to continue its NCAA tournament run today. The 2-seeded Nittany Lions take on West Virginia this afternoon at 4:30 at Jeffrey Field. They beat Quinnipiac 4-1 in the opening round. If the Lions can come away with a win today, they'll stay at home to host either Xavier or Virginia on Sunday. Now to the ice. Penn State men's hockey, now ranked 6th in the country, returns to Pegula Ice Arena tonight to host the Michigan State Spartans. This will be the 3rd straight series where the Nittany Lions face a ranked opponent, with the Spartans coming in ranked 17th overall in the nation. The blue and white recorded a series split last weekend against the Minnesota Golden Gophers, and tonight's puck drop is set for 7 p.m. That's all for sports. Now back over to you guys at the anchor desk.
Thanks, Evan. Coming up next, the holiday season officially kicks off in State College. We'll take you downtown for an annual tradition.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Stream the best of PBS on any device with the PBS Video app. All your favorite drama, history, science, news, and documentaries, all in one place. Watch your PBS station live or catch up on the shows you missed. Support your PBS station and you can get Passport, giving you full seasons, early releases, special collections, and more. Get the PBS Video app now and stream the best of PBS anytime, anywhere.
We care about things that affect the lives of every American.
We are there at the front line
to get to the heart of what really matters in every issue.
This country has not seen this in 80 years.
This extraordinary moment in American history.
You're making such a huge impact.
Trust is at the heart of what we do.
Last night, the streets filled up in State College with music, vendors, and families excited for the annual Light Up the Night event. Anna Meyer was there.
Oh, I think the best way to spread holiday cheer, especially after the last couple of years, is to get together, have fun events like this.
It's official. The holiday season has begun in State College. Downtown State College kicked off the holiday fun with the Light Up the Night event. From live music and dance groups to meeting Santa, this event had it all.
I'm actually very happy here, just surrounded by people that are with their families.
Several waited in anticipation for the Christmas trees to finally light up.
And I can't wait for the lights to go on the tree.
Some said they have never seen the tree light up.
We've come down to see the lights, but never for the event.
Months of preparation went into planning this event so everyone could enjoy live music, holiday shopping, and hot apple cider.
Here everyone's giving out free little things, whether it's hot chocolate, cider, coffee.
Light Up the Night was a 3-location event. MLK Plaza, Locust Lane, and Allen Street were all a part of it. And after hours of eagerly waiting, the tree was finally lit. Leanne is an executive director for the event and has been planning it for several consecutive years. She says she loves to see everyone coming together.
But then when you come down on a night like tonight and you see all the families and community members really having a lot of fun, it's a free community event, and we love that people come downtown, visit our retailers and restaurants, and spend their holiday season here.
In State College, I'm Anna Meyer for the Center County Report.
That's just really great that people could light up the tree before Thanksgiving.
That's all for today's newscast. We hope you'll join us after the Thanksgiving break for our next local news update.
But you can follow us anytime for breaking news and watch our stories on our Center County Report social media. You'll find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and our website. Have a great afternoon and a safe holiday weekend.